life changed radically 2005. I used to work in Nokia at that time. I was traveling a lot, and in that specific year, it was December, I was in New York at the airport of John F. Kennedy, and the plane was late. And I started to think, what in the earth I am doing here? I should be at home with my family. And in that very moment, I decided to quit. So when I go back to home, I go to see my boss at Nokia and say that this is it. I want to do something else with my life. And that's what I did. And what happened then? I started to think that, okay, I'm 30 years old. I'm too young to be retired. So maybe there is something in this world I can be helpful. And by accident, during those times, I found a place that was called Team Academy, Tiimi Akatemia, as we say in Finnish. And I went to Team Academy, and I had a chat with the team entrepreneurs. They didn't talk about students; they were team entrepreneurs. And while remembering my own study years in the university, it looked so different. It was so different. So they were so eager to tell how they learn, what they do, how they want to change the world. And they talked about how they work in teams. And in the very beginning of their studies, they create a team company. And that's actually the place how they learn. So all the leadership skills, marketing, sales, financial skills, they learned by working in their own team company. And I thought, wow, I think it was so fascinating. And still remembering my own university years, so I realized that I'm not an auditive learner. So the professor, they were speaking and I was sleeping. And then I kind of realized that I need to do something else. I studied by myself, graduated in 2.5 years, and decided that the work life will learn me. I will learn when I do, and that's how it started. So something about, let's see. Nowadays I work in a company called Howspace. And what is Howspace? It's a AI-powered web-based engagement platform for a modern and collaborative way of working and running projects. And I started to use Howspace in my Team Academy times because I realized that Team Academy is it's a university program, yeah, that's for sure, Finnish innovation. And the radical thing is that it was established 1993, almost 30 years ago, really radical approach for learning. And I have seen the future of work. That what they are doing nowadays is still so radical that many organizations can learn a lot from them. And in my Team Academy times, I started to use Howspace because we had those leadership programs, international leadership programs, sales programs, marketing programs, all kind of programs, and we traveled a lot. So we traveled to one country, and then the participants traveled there as well, and then we spent some 3 or 4 days, and then we went back. And I started to think that, okay, this is not very sustainable way of doing this. And we decided that we will start building something new. And that was the time and the place when I found Howspace. And it was a real game changer to us. So whenever we'll build the process on top of Howspace. It was, even though it was digital, at the same time it was really social, and the participant really loved the way how we did it. And I felt in love so much that I decided that I will join this really innovative Finnish company called Howspace. And I've been there now for 1.5 years, and it has been a really great learning journey so far. But something about the things that I learned earlier. So what I would like to highlight today here is that the importance of understanding the human behavior. Whenever we want to change, we want to develop something new, I think these three elements are always there. So first of all, people have the need to become heard. So everybody wants that their message is listened and heard, and they have places and possibilities to share their own opinion. And that's something I learned in Team Academy. So how important is really to invite the participants, the learners, the employers, and give them possibility to share their ideas. And the second thing is that the feelings drive our behavior. So whenever, if there are feelings like, let's say, mistrust or fear or anxiety, and in the opposite, the feelings there can be trust, a lot of energy, and a lot of enthusiasm. And I believe, and I have seen it, that when the feelings are kind of more positive, it's much more easier for the people to comment on the change. And I've seen this so many times. And the third really important part here is the importance of communication. But still, it's not just communication. I believe it's dialogue. So communication and dialogue has different kind of elements. So first of all, we need to listen carefully each others, and then there is the respect, and of course, everybody needs to voice out loud their deepest insights and deepest opinions. So I believe that whenever these three elements are in place, we have possibilities to make something great together. And so really understanding the importance of the human behavior. But something about the future of work, I think this is a huge topic, really, really big topic. And I started to think what I would really like to say about this theme here, future of work. So what does it mean? So first of all, I think that hybrid work is the new normal. So I made my own survey. So in Howspace there is this ongoing survey at the moment. So we have asked from our customers how they see what the future of work look like, and it seems to be so that majority of our customer thinks that hybrid work is the new normal. And I really believe in this asynchronous way of working. So what does it really mean in practice? So I believe that all of us have a lot of experiences in participating in different types of meetings. At least I have. And in many meetings I have asked from myself, so what I am doing here, who is in charge of this meeting, where is the agenda, am I supposed to contribute somehow, and questions like this. And what we did, and what we have done with our clients is that we have changed this type of approach to asynchronous way of working. And it means in practice that all those status updates, those are done asynchronously by using digital engagement. So of course we need to build a structure, we need to build certain questions, what we are expecting our colleagues to contribute on, but this has been, in our case, once again a game changer. So it has happened in a way, there are only few questions what we ask. So what are your key successes? So we make this kind of reflection in a weekly basis. So, and only a few questions. What are your key successes? And then what are the key topics or key tasks you have performed? And then what you have learned, because the learning part is always really, really important for us. And then what are the questions that needs to be answered now, and what kind of help you need from the others. So, and this, by kind of making this kind of weekly reflection asynchronously, so people decide the place and the time when they do it. So the key thing here is to really agree on the how part. How are we going to do it? What kind of structure we build on that, and what kind of impact it has. And in our case, it has changed our ways of working. So there is a very lively discussion going on digital platform throughout the week and throughout the months. And we only have one meeting in a week, and this is really not a status update. It's more like strategic question, and we are more like putting efforts on those bigger topics and bigger things what we see are important. So asynchronous work is the way to go in the future. I believe that there are many possibilities to develop that part of the work. Okay, and I would say in addition to that, if we think that hybrid work is the new normal, I believe that we need different type of leadership skills and practices. So there is a huge demand for leadership, and the leadership can be different. So of course, in teams, people can decide by themselves who is the leader, who is leading what, if it's a flat organization and it believes in self-organized way of working. But in those more traditional ways, traditional organization, the leadership is also the key question. And I have realized that there is a totally new type of skill set that leaders need in the future, or actually even now. So digital engagement, digital facilitation, digital collaboration. So those are the key skills that leaders need to get for themselves to be successful in the future. Because I think that in many cases I have heard that, okay, this is something HR does, but it's not. These skills are something everybody in the organization and the leaders need to have actually to be successful in the future. So this is one type of new thing what is emerging. And last but not least, so if the hybrid work is the new normal, we have actually, everybody kind of knows that there needs to be diversity in team. So different kind of team roles. Some are implementers, some of the team members are completer finishers. We need innovators and different kind of team roles. And of course, different cultural backgrounds and different genders and different ages. But I believe that if everybody knows and kind of says and agrees that team diversity is needed, so I believe that what is needed in the future is these kind of leadership services. Why in the earth everybody is getting similar type of services? We have those one-to-one discussions, and then in organization we have our strategy development processes, and then based on that we map our skills, what kind of new skills are needed, and then we have those one-to-one discussions. But I would say this leadership as a service is something we need, because people are different, people are unique, so they want and they require different kind of services from the leaders. Some of them still might enjoy and benefit of having those one-to-one discussions. Some might benefit of having team coaching for the whole team. But the idea and the key thing there is that different type of leadership services should be available. And one thing that I would still like to highlight is the decision-making process. I think we need different ways of making the decisions. So all the wisdom doesn't live in leaders' heads. So how to make more democratic ways of making decisions. So there are quite interesting methods that we used in our own organization, and also some of our customers, like sociocratic as the decision-making process. So, and the basic idea is the one who has most knowledge is capable of making the decision. So more democratic ways of doing decisions and making things. So 3 major points that I mentioned in this presentation. So hybrid is the new normal, but what is needed? So ways of developing the asynchronous work. So we need brilliant, inspirational digital facilitation platforms to make that possible. Then the leadership topic is the second need for this new type of working. So really digital collaboration, digital facilitation, and digital engagement skills, and maybe even thinking the skill set of a leader differently. So leadership as a service type of approach. I have used my time, and first time in the history I was on time. Thank you.